Good evening, everyone. I am Sensei Kevlar. Let's look at some charts tonight. We're going to start out with Neo BTC, one of I think everyone's favorites. Neo's a real classic. Today we are learning about resistance and support and the opportunity that you can create for yourself when you follow the resistance and support lines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by coming over here and grabbing my horizontal trend line. I'm just going to lock in, stay in drawing mode. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to find my market bottom, which is right here. Then I'm going to start finding the different places in which the resistance and support get called out to me. Right here, right here, right there, right there, right there, and right there. With a couple of clicks, I've already scheduled the market really effectively. I think there's probably one in here. We might be able to find something right in here and look for something right there against that support line, right there. Look at all of this support and resistance that we can find in this market. Lots and lots of places that the market might turn around. Look at the opportunity generation that we can do for ourselves on the downside of this market right here. When the market comes back down on this side, which it's bound to do eventually, where could it turn around at? Well, here's one place, here's one place, here's one place, here's no one place, another. Okay? Let's say that we were here and we decided we wanted to make some money off of this opportunity on the idea that it could come up. If we were to take a big position right now, it could come down on us and we lose a bunch of money. It might go up, and we might get lucky, but I'm not into getting lucky myself. Well, that's a different story. Not when I'm dealing with markets and money. I like to make money, not get lucky. If I want to get lucky with my money, I would go to Vegas. So instead of taking a big position here at Neo, or, being scared that it's not going to come back down, what I could do is I could take one position right here, and if it goes up, sell it. I'm good. Make some profit. Go walk away, find another opportunity. If it comes down, however, I could triple up on that position, and then make some money if it came up on this motion right here. If it kept on coming down, further and further, down into this line right here, triple up, triple up, triple up, and then if it came up on this motion right here, I could make all of my money. By using the strategy of doubling down and tripling down as the market comes down, and by ensuring that I'm using a small position size right here at the top of the market, I can ensure that I always make money in this market, even if the market goes against me. It's really easy to do. Same thing with ETH. We'll do USDT on Ether because I had a request for some US Tether finds. What we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing. We're going to come in here and we're going to say, that's clearly a resistance line right there. There's one there, one there, one there. These are all my support lines. One there. Now let's see if I can't find my resistance lines. There. 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 And you see how easily these are correlated. All I did was put this one here, and it showed up again here and again here. Well, where are we in the market right now? We're pretty much in the middle of a market middle right here. We could potentially come in and find another one right here, but it's this one right here, the support line. We could work off of that. If we really wanted to be cool about this, if we wanted to be much smarter and more disciplined to a plan, instead of buying one right here, we could make a plan to buy one right here, down here at this resistance, at this support line. If it then came up and gave us the opportunity, we could do this. So if you really wanted to make money in a market like this right now, what you would do is you would go into the market, go into Bittrex and say, well, I'm going to put in an order at 276 for one position. I'm going to put in another order at 258 for one position. A third order for two positions at 231. Then 4 positions at 199. 8 positions at 178. And 16 positions at 138. Now, assuming that you have the portfolio to accept that should be fairly straightforward. It shouldn't get you into too much trouble. But you could find out ahead of time if it would by doing a little bit of planning. What's more is that if you had a nice size portfolio, you wouldn't have to do just the 3x, and you wouldn't have to do every one of these you wouldn't have to wait on all these opportunities, right? You could do a 4x here and a 4x here and a 4x here, or even come in here and find some more support and resistance lines that you could work off of if you have the portfolio to manage it. Depending upon your portfolio size, you should be able to plan for profitability in any market condition, no matter what the market does, simply by coming in here and drawing more lines. There's never a point at which you need to start with a bigger position, because you can always plan for more downside. The point at which you start with a bigger position is the point at which you can plan for less downside. And the downside is where you really want to make all of your money. You want to ensure that according to your plan and staying disciplined, you're making all of your money when the market goes down. Because you can't be sure that the market will go up. If we could be sure the market would go up, it would be much easier to take a big position right here. So that's the way that we're going to make our money in this market, by staying disciplined to that plan. Because that way, even if the market turns around on us, we won't lose money. We will make money all the time. XMR, BTC, Monero, you bet. Some pretty obvious ones coming in right about here and here. There's one right there. Definitely can see a bunch up here, here, here. And definitely got this guy and this guy coming across here for this market. That right there. And that's all I'm seeing at the moment. This is a pretty easy market to schedule your downside for. And look at what it's doing at the moment. Did you really want to be in a big position right here, thinking that it's going to come up right here? I mean, if you did, I don't know what you're going to do right here. And this is the thing, you know, they say, well, if I have a bigger portfolio, can I get into a bigger position right here? Well, yeah, you can. And then you're going to lose out on this opportunity generation on this whole downside, because you're going to have to be much more conservative about buying down your position as you come down. Because you planned for a bigger position up here, you needed to plan for less opportunity on this downside. Whereas if you had planned for a really small position up here, you could have bought here, and you could have 4x'd up here, and 4x'd up here, and 4x'd up here, and 4x'd up here, and not even thought twice about it. Fairly straightforward. But only if you remain disciplined to the plan. The minute that you deviate from the plan and you take too big a position size right here, because you think the market's going to go up, you've seen it come up and go down, and you think it's going to hit this, smack against this line again, just like it did over here, and go up again, get into a big position right here, you're sure it's going to go up, and then it doesn't. I'm sorry, but if you had remained disciplined to your plan, if you had planned for profitability, you'd be fine right now. You'd be buying right here, and you'd make all your money on this motion right here. I don't care how big a portfolio you have. All that you're doing is you're creating less downside opportunity on this market motion right here. Dash. Crazy about Dash. USDT. Let's do some more Tether for people. Tether was a request. Support. Support. Sorry, that's resistance. I'm having trouble with my drawing tools. Resistance. Resistance. Turn into support later. Resistance. Turn into support later. Resistance. We'd love to see it turn into support, I'm sure. We get anything else down in here? Yeah, this guy right here. This guy right here. There's probably something. There comes a point at which your eye can start to see that there's not enough divisions in the lines. Like, these lines are very evenly spaced, but then there was this really big gap in between these lines right here. That's when you come in here and start looking for another resistance point right here. And sure enough, I found it. I found it here, 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 and then we came down again. Well, can you get into one position at this point? I think it's a pretty great opportunity if you ask me. I think it's a great opportunity if you ask me. It is a great opportunity to write down on a piece of paper, I bought one position at $3.08 on Dash on October 2nd. And then come back tomorrow and say, I'm going to, I would have bought another one position at 280, 2 positions at 247, 4 positions at 217, 8 positions at here, 16 positions here, 32 positions here. What's a 2x? Can your portfolio handle a 3x? Can your portfolio handle a 4x? If it can't, can you skip these lines? Let's see. If instead of doing a 4x there, we did a 4x right there, and then we did a 4x right there, could we move this down into here? Gives ourselves some more downside potential. Well, yeah. Now if we started with one position, we 4x here, and we 4x here, and we 4x here, we're not nearly as bad off on our portfolio allocation. We haven't allocated nearly as much in our portfolio as if we had if we had done all of our buying all the way down the market, or if we had started with a large position up here. Depending upon your portfolio, you can modify the plan on the downside opportunity generation to generate as much downside opportunity as your portfolio wants, as your portfolio can handle. If you like, you can come all the way down here and schedule yourself all the way down to 0, or $1, or 50 cents, or 1 penny, or 1 Satoshi, or whatever market you're working in. Okay, if you do that, well, what's your allocation at the bottom of the market? Do the math. Get out the pencil. Get out your piece of paper. Get out your spreadsheet. Make your calculations. If you bought here, bought here, bought here, 3x, 3x, 4x, Fibonacci x, Fibonacci x, then you come off of here. Where are you? Right here in the market. Waves. Waves, BTC. Waves, making some waves. Look at that thing. Look at that correlated support line right there. Resistance. 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 More resistance. And one big continual support line. Here's the resistance line here, turning into support right here. Remember resistance turning into support? Well, here, this support right here became resistance right here, became resistance right here, broke through support, came up, became resistance again. Could we be headed back down to here? Yeah, we probably could. I don't know. I'm looking at this trend line and I'm noticing something else. I'm noticing this motion right here. Could we have found a new support level at this line right here? Possibly. We have in the past. Maybe the market didn't like it at this price and it wanted to push it back up, and now we're going to move on this trend right here, up into this motion right here. Could I buy one position right here, sell it off here, make my money, walk away, go find another opportunity? You bet. Could I schedule this downside right here? Yes, absolutely. Quantum, QTUM, BTC. Let's do QTUM USDT. Let's do that. Or not. QTUM USD. There we go. What a fantastic market this is. Boy, do I love quantum. Can't get me enough quantum. Quantum, quantum, quantum. Let's stop the scaling here. There we go. All right. Such an easy one to find the bottom on. There's your bottom. Let's find the top. There's the top. Let's find the market middle. There's the market. There's one middle. There's the other middle right there. I'd say that's about the middle point right there. This one's slightly below. We got support, support, support. Turn into resistance right here. Working on resistance became support. Can we come back down and find support here? Sure. Can we take one position here and look for an opportunity on this upside? Yes. But only if we schedule our downside. It's only when we fail to schedule our downside that this becomes a non-issue, that this becomes an issue for us. Right? If we take a big position here, I don't care how big your portfolio is. All you're doing is you're eliminating downside potential here. If you have a big portfolio, 4x up, 4x up, 4x up, 4x up, you'll be in a big position in no time. You got a really big portfolio, 5x up, 5x up, 5x up, 5x up. You'll be in a really big position in no time. You'll have all your opportunity generation available to you on this side, on this motion of the market right here, on this leg. And you won't have to worry about being in a big position. You can just sit this, set up your orders in the market, and go to sleep tonight, wake up in the morning, find out that you're ready to make money. This is the way of the trader. We make the plan and we plan the trade. Trade the plan, plan the trade. I think I already did. Did I already do ETH? BTC? Let's see what it says. Man, are we at a market bottom on ETH or what? ETH USDT? Yes. I've already drawn these lines. I feel like I might have already done this one. Let me move on. Pay BTC. You know, a lot of these dumb things start to look the same after a minute. They all have the same spiky pattern. I'm just going to get rid of some of these charts, some of these resistance and support lines right here. All right, where are we in our market? Well, there's our bottom. Here's our top. Here's another one. Resistance here, support here. Right there. Right there. Resistance here, support here, here. Broke through support, came down, found support, came up, almost touched resistance, came back down. Hopefully by now you're getting the idea that these markets will do this over and over and over again. And by taking the time to pay attention to our downside, we can schedule this opportunity for ourselves when it comes back up on us. If we schedule this downside right here, we probably need to schedule once more downside down, all the way down to here. And if we do this, we can put our orders in the market all the way down and then walk away and come back and make money. OMG, BTC. Now, this one in particular has been on a real trend upward. And I think we've already seen that that trend has broken. If you look at this trend line right here, that's what I'm going to talk about tomorrow, is I'm going to talk about more trend lines, or Wednesday rather. This trend line, and then once we get into more trend lines, I'm going to get into some automation of some trend lines. This trend line right here got broken on this motion right here, and now we're headed back down. This is a market with a lot of downside potential. If I had to guess, and I'm not guessing, so don't hold me to it, don't come back and say, well, Sensei Kevlar said that it was going to do this, because I didn't. That's not what happened. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably going to reach this point right here. Maybe this point right here. But that's like one of those wet finger in the air guesses. Don't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. Schedule my word for it. Schedule this whole downside. Schedule your opportunities, your opportunity generation. When it comes down to here, you're going to be buying this much, this much, this much, this much. Plan for this motion right here. Put your orders in the market, make your opportunities, make your money. Plan for this motion, and then as soon as that motion occurs, plan for this motion right here. But let's say that that motion doesn't occur, and instead this motion occurs instead. Well, that's fine. Plan for this motion right here. Well, let's say that that motion doesn't occur, and this motion right here occurs instead. Well, that's fine. Plan for this motion right here. No matter what the market does, we can make a plan to be profitable. If the market comes down and down and down and then goes up, we can be profitable. If it goes down more, we can be profitable. Down more, we'll always be profitable. EMC2 Einsteinium. Einsteinium. Woo! Lots of downside potential on this guy too. Look at the recent run-up in price here. Look at all of the downside potential that we created when we did this. This is an opportunity coin that you could wait and really create your opportunities on in a big way. Because you don't have to buy right here, and you don't have to schedule this whole downside. You can simply wait for it to come down, see that it has come down, and wait for it to show that it's going to bounce off of this line right here, or this line right here, and then do your opportunity generation right here on this leg of the motion, while keeping mindful of the fact that you might be ready to do this as well. Having done that motion, you might be needing to do this right here, which is fine. You can plan for that. We can plan for this. We can plan for profitability anytime we want. I'm going to have to look into... Oh, trash can. I'm going to have to find that trash can. I see it now. Thank you. Yeah, I did Neo. I know I did Neo. I think that's it for today. Hopefully I have shown you that by finding these support and resistance lines, this allows you to be much more effective in your planning. And by planning your trade and trading your plan, you can create your downside opportunities and turn them into upside potential every single time the market goes down. And you can do this very much on paper. You don't have to lose money to find out how this works and how well this works and how to make this work for you in the market. You can come in here and drag the chart off the screen, off to the right here, and then say, okay, if I had bought here and then I doubled up, tripled up, quadrupled up, could I have made money coming up against this motion right here? Yes, I could have. You can prove it to yourself. You can make yourself profitable on paper. You can build your confidence level in these strategies. And it's not until you can actually ensure that you're profitable that you actually have to enter your money into the market. This is what it means to plan the trade and trade the plan. And that is the way of the trader. Thank you very much.